I went halfway around the globe to film the World Championship in trail running, and this is how it went. Long story short, my brother is a pretty good trail runner. Recently got into the Icelandic national trail running team, and therefore was going to the World Championship to compete against all the other top class runners. Since the team needed someone to come out with them and document and film everything, my brother suggested me. I went and spoke to the coach of the team, and after that it was pretty much confirmed. I was going to Thailand. You see, no one really knows that an Icelandic trail running national team even exists. And that is what we were trying to change. So going out there, I really had one big goal: create as much content and document as much as you can. We left early in the morning from Iceland, and 3 flights, 3 countries, and way more than 3 coffee cups later, we landed in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Being pretty jet lagged, the first thing we did was sleep. After the nap, the first thing I did was creating an editing station and a charging station inside my hotel room. I knew that probably every night I would sit down in my hotel room, edit some stuff, and prepare my gear for the next shoot. So having everything organized was crucial. After getting a little bit more sleep, because I'm not really good at sleeping on airplanes, we went and got some dinner. I got some shots of the area around the hotel just to get a little bit more of a feel for the town of Chiang Mai. Then I went to my hotel room and edited the first video of the trip. Next day, we went to take a look at the mountain where the run would take place. We drove up the mountain in these super cool red cars that had no windows or door either. That was fun until a few people got carsick. My setup here was just my camera, mic, and gimbal, and a few other things in my backpack. Oh, and of course the ND filter. Then I was just running around trying to get as much footage of the area and the surroundings as I could, but also of course the athletes. They decided to run a little bit just to get a feel for the trails in the mountain. I followed them around for a bit, but it didn't really make sense to run the whole thing with them, so I found a super cool coffee house in this small mountain village that we were in and got a little editing done there. I love editing in random places like that. I don't know what it is, like just opening up your computer and letting the energy of the place you're in kind of like inspire your edit. I don't know, seems cheesy, but I freaking love it. After this mountain mission, we went to the opening ceremony of the World Championship. That was fun, not really a lot to say about it. I was just trying not to be in the way of anything or anyone, but still get my shots. There was a lot going on there, camera people running around, locals and supporters on the sidewalks, brass band leading the parade that was going on, and then security people and all that. The third day was different. This was the day before the run itself, so there was obviously a lot of excitement and stress and just all kinds of feelings in the air. The runners dealt with it in different ways. Some tried to go and distract their minds by doing something, and some tried to not do as much and just relax. That day I decided to interview all the runners and just capture the mood. Also, I tried to keep in mind that all the footage I was shooting would probably be used for something more than just the social media coverage that was happening while we were there. Who knows, maybe there will be a documentary one day. Like usual, I sat down at the end of the day and cut all the footage. This time though, I had way more footage to work with than usual because of all the interviews, so I was up pretty late that night. But I managed to create a recap video from the day, 3 interview videos. Then I was also sending Icelandic media a bunch of footage so they could use in news articles and on various TV stations. At 4 AM, we woke up to go to the mountain that the main drinking station would be on. Driving up there in the darkness and seeing the sun rise right before our eyes was magical. It was so far away from all the stuff I'm familiar with here in Iceland. I was having a moment in that car like, how is any of this real? It really felt surreal. My plan was to stay at the drinking station pretty much the whole run and capture the runners going in and out. Usually runners only pass through the same drinking station once in a run, but because of this awesome location in Chiang Mai, the runners would run multiple times through the station depending on what distance they were running. This was of course really helpful for me and all the other media that was covering this. My setup was pretty much the same as it had been, except I switched out my 24-70 for a wider lens of 16 to 35. I decided to use that lens because I knew I would be running a lot with the runners, and it's hard to frame things perfectly when you're running and maybe not even looking at the camera. So I wanted to have a wider frame to be able to crop and post. All of a sudden, the first runners started coming into the drinking station. I anxiously waited for the first Icelander to come. I can remember the moment I saw Topic, who was one of Iceland's all-time best, my heart started pounding. It was such a big moment. This was the reason why I came all the way to Thailand, and I could not f this up. So I started running. Toppy looked great. He stopped for a sec, resupplied, cooled down, and then he was on his way. My heart rate went down after that. I was totally focused and I knew I had this covered after Toppy went through. It was so much fun seeing and experiencing this run with my brother. He and the rest of the team did great and made us all feel proud. I actually ended up running about 20 kilometers with my camera and the gimbal, just trying to follow these guys. Definitely did not feel like 20k, but I guess it adds up quickly when you're following Iceland's best. When we got down, the runners were obviously exhausted, but the spirits were still high. We had a few laughs, got some food, and then went to the hotel to rest. The day after was our final day, and that was kind of the only day I let myself be a proper tourist. Chiang Mai is a beautiful town with the friendliest people ever. I can't believe how polite and nice everyone there was. I really don't have a bad thing to say about Chiang Mai. What a trip. One I'll definitely never forget. If you have any questions about the trip, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing and leaving a like. You guys are the best. I'll see you in the next one.